Another set of results that beat expectations from LVMH. Always have this strong performance and this varied portfolio across different segments, different activities, so across geographies, and that's helping them ride some of the storm. And here again, very much a tale of two halves of the year. First half was difficult. We saw with the lockdowns and the impact of the health situation, the pandemic across the globe, a recovery really coming through in the second half of the year, and in particular coming from Asia and the Chinese consumer, the all-important Chinese consumer for the luxury sector. Of course, that's something that we heard as well last week from Richemont, for example, and Burberry, saying that the demand really is coming back on that side. And we see from these results published last night by LVMH, revenue was up 21% in the fourth quarter in Asia. But interestingly, they also mentioned that they see some good momentum coming back in the US, an improvement there with revenue down only 2% in Q4. Things still difficult in Europe with revenue down 24% in the fourth quarter in Europe, with of course still the lack of tourism having an impact in the region. But interesting, looking at the segments as well, is still fashion and leather, still appetite for those Louis Vuitton bags. They're still supporting, always been the lion's share of revenue and profit for LVMH, but still very much the case. They see there, for example, in the fourth quarter, that was the only segment of the business that was up, and it was up 18% in organic revenue in the fourth quarter. And they say also that some of the prices on those Louis Vuitton bags was upped in the past few months, up by almost 10% in some regions. Looking at other parts of the business, still difficult, of course, because of the lockdowns and the lack of international travel. We see in particular selective retailing, so as brands like Sephora and DFS, with their revenue down 30% on the year. But across the board, they said that it was a better than expected performance from LVMH once again. They mentioned Tiffany's in the call. You remember it was an acrimonious battle last year, but they completed the deal on January 7th. So they mentioned on the call with the CFO last night that they're focusing on products and marketing, and that it will take a few months to just assess how they want to go ahead with the strategy to build up again their jewelry portfolio with this iconic brand. They say it will take a few months, but they will work on improving the margins at Tiffany's, and they say they hope that this will also help in the recovery once the vaccine starts to roll out, to position them as well in this high growth segment before the crisis of jewelry. So they say they're cautiously confident for 2021, and we will propose a €6 per share dividend for the year. And looking at the shares of LVMH, they had a 20%, they were up 20% in the last year. So given the crisis that just been through, they still did really well. And it's the largest market cap on the French market, and it's up 1.7% on the CAC 40 this morning, pushing up the other luxury stocks, Kering and Hermes in the green as well. Karen.